Hey, we are doing it. We are live and alive. We're live. We're striving to be alive. We're living to be a strive. Let's go, baby. We got a bunch of people online. We got a big show tonight. We're recapping the NHL season. We're handing out awards. We're voting for awards. Then we're handing out the awards. So big night. Can't wait. Good times. Then we're going to be doing a lot of other things. We have a little NHL hockey trivia. And then we also have some, hey, Footballer Nick is in the house. Footballer Nick. All right, man. Big night tonight. NHL awards, NHL trivia, NHL fails that I'll be commenting on. So big night. And also big night with Footballer Nick. Christina's here. She says hi. Hello, Christina. Hello, Footballer Nick. The weather, it is thunderstorming here in the St. Louis area, but it's been very, very hot all day. But the thunderstorms are coming and the weather's going to break a little bit and we'll be in the 80s. We were at, I think, 99 with a heat index of well over 100 today. So very crazy weather that we are having. Big night tonight. Zoe's in the house. Say hi to Zoe. All right. Big night. NHL night. We got a little music in the background. Got the brand going. Hope you can hear that. My son always says, play some music, Dad. So I'll be doing that in the background to make it a little more hip. All right. So before I go on, as of right now, as of not this show, but as of before this show, we had a two-way tie for first place in our June contest between Footballer Nick, yes, that guy, this guy here, up above me, Footballer Nick, and Nathaniel. Now, tonight's show is worth 1 point. Thursday's show will be worth 3 points. And right now, with Nathaniel not being on this show, Footballer Nick is going to take the 1 point lead. So way to go, Footballer Nick. You are in first. And then we have a tie, actually, for second going into this show. Remember, this is going into the show between Nuke, who's brand new but got 3 points on Sunday, and Nathaniel's brother Gabriel. They both have 5 points. But we only award the top three. So it's a close one. We got 4 people. We got 2 people gunning for 1. We got 2 people gunning for number 3. All right. So we got a lot of stuff going on today. It'll be a crazy end of the month kind of shows here. We have a Thursday show at 9 o'clock Eastern. And then we're going to have, Christina says, way to go, Footballer Nick. Then we're going to have a surprise show because everything's so close. So my theory is I'd like to at least give about an hour notice. So I will be posting the show and putting it in the community section as well if I do a surprise show. So without further ado, let's get into the voting. And let me share my screen here. Hopefully you can see it. You might have to make it bigger, and I apologize in advance. All right, now this first one is the Calder Memorial Trophy. As some of you know and some of you don't know, hockey's a little strange that they don't just flat out call their trophies like Rookie of the Year. This is the Rookie of the Year, but they call it the Calder Memorial Trophy. So it has like this official name, and then it has like, the background as to what it really is. And I'll be very honest with you, I've been a hockey fan pretty much my entire life. I used to hang out with a college hockey team when I was like a little kid. So I've been around hockey a long time. It was a lot of fun. We used to have them over to our house. And I still don't understand. I still don't know the differences between the trophies. So I apologize. To me, it's the Rookie of the Year trophy. But that's just because I grew up also a baseball fan. So we have 3 people in this one, essentially, who are the finalists. Connor Bedard with the Blackhawks, Brock Faber with the Wild, and Luke Hughes with the Devils. Any votes on this one? We have Bedard, Faber, or Hughes. Now, Bedard is a Blackhawk, Faber, Minnesota Wild, or Luke Hughes with the Devils. So anybody? Okay, Nathaniel's here. What's up, Nathaniel? Nathaniel. Wait, where is Nathaniel? Oh, Nuke is here. Whoa. All right, guys. Well, hold on. Let me backtrack. I gotta write this all down. You guys are making me all too excited. Hey, if you're watching this, hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't so far. And Nuke, I was just telling everyone's saying Bedard, Connor Bedard, Connor Bedard. All right. So we will give it to Bedard for Rookie of the Year. All right. But before we go to the next award, let me just backtrack. Footballer Nick. Anyway, for Footballer Nick, this is not bad news, and for both of you, it's not bad news. Where we are in the standings right now, as of prior to this show, okay, this show's worth 1 point. Let me just get back to that. This show's worth 1 point. All right. So Footballer Nick and Nathaniel are tied for first right now with 11 points because I'm counting today's show. So they both have 11. Nuke is in third place alone right now with 6 points. And Gabriel, Nathaniel's brother, who hasn't been on the last couple of shows, is in fourth place with 5 points. So we have Nathaniel and Footballer Nick running tied. We have Nuke in third picks, and then we have Gabriel. Hi, Nuke. Oh, so you're watching with Gabriel. Well, Gabriel has to say something. He has to be on his own channel, dude. That doesn't count, Nathaniel. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, like, Gabriel has to be on his own device watching it, because otherwise anybody can say that they're with anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do that. And I know you guys have 18 phones in your house. So, but anyway, so right now, so until Gabriel gets his own device, Nuke is in the lead for third place, and Footballer Nick and Nathaniel are tied for first. So, and it's 11-11, 6 and 5. So it looks like now Thursday's show is worth 3 points. So that'll be another bump. Okay, let's get back to the questions here. All right, next NHL award. And again, these are weird awards with the names. This is the most valuable player because it comes from the Writers Association, the Professional Hockey Writers Association. It's the Hart Memorial Trophy, the MVP. Nikita Kucherov of the Tampa Bay Lightning, Nathan MacKinnon of the Avalanche, or Connor McDavid of the Oilers, who also won the Conn Smythe last night, although he was on the losing team. So he was the MVP of the playoffs, Connor McDavid, but his team did not win the Stanley Cup. And that does happen because hockey's so weird. And to think Connor McDavid kind of didn't show up for the last 2 games or didn't play well. Who do you have for the MVP of the NHL? Kucherov, McKinnon, or McDavid? Kucherov, McKinnon, or McDavid? Cooch, all right. You got Nuke with a Cooch, all right. Anybody else? Got 2 Kucherevs so far. Footballer Nick, Zoe, Christina. Oh, we got another Cooch. Okay, so it is Kucherov as the MVP. All right. Now, you know that these don't even come out till the 27th. They don't even come out till Thursday. So we're already beating the NHL on our award. Kind of cool. All right. Next award is the defensive player, the best defenseman. Oh, I'm all over the place here. We have Quinn Hughes of the Vancouver Canucks, Roman Josi of the Nashville Predators, or Cale Makar of the Colorado Avalanche. This is is the one category where I'm not off the top of my head familiar with any of these players. But we have Hughes with Vancouver, Josie with Predators, or Macker with the Avalanche. Do we have any guesses out there? Oh, Nathaniel needs to go. All right, Nathaniel, see you later. Who do we have for Defensive Player of the Year? Anybody? I know you will, Nathaniel. I appreciate it. You'll watch it again. That's good. Christina said you're going. Hughes, all right. Luke says Hughes. Luke says bye, Nathaniel. All right. Do we have any other votes? Any other votes for Defensive Player of the Year? I know this is not the most exciting one. Hughes, Josie, Makar, probably. That's how he pronounces it. All right. I'm going to give you about 4 seconds here. Saquon. Now, who is this? Who's Jamie? Okay, is this Gabriel or is this Nathaniel? I know you guys have 18 phones. We have another Hughes. Josie. Oh, Zoe goes Josie. Jamie Sampson. Which of the Sampsons are you? Josie, Hughes. Who do we have? Okay, Jamie, you're on your mom's phone, but which Sampson brother are you? Are you Gabriel or Nathaniel? I don't know if the chat's slow or if no one's responding. If you're watching, I know we have sort of a pause in the action right now because I'm waiting for the chat to catch up, but like and subscribe. We have a contest going on in June. It's kind of ending this week, or it's ending this week. And so we'll have another one in July. And that's just the most, every time you participate, you get points. And the 3 top leaders of the points at the end of the month win packs of unopened sports cards, football, baseball, basketball, those kinds of things. That's it. And you want to subscribe so that you know when we have all of our shows and what shows, if we have a surprise show, which we might do. So, all right. Who do we have on the line? I'm not getting anything from anybody. Do we still have folks on the line? I'm just going to give it to Hughes, and we're going to move on. I don't know who's still left. All right, so let me read the next one. And if you just joined us, please put who you think should win in the chat below. In the chat, rather. Okay, now this is the Ted Lindsay Award, okay? This is like the best player in the NHL, but it's not voted on by the Writers Association. It's voted on by the Players Association. So the players select the finalist or select the winner of this one. It's kind of like MVP .2 or B or whatever you want to call it. It's kind of a weird thing. The first one was by the writers. The second one is by the Players Association. So it's kind of weird. But we have Kucherov again. We have Nathan McKinnon, and then we have Austin Matthews. I think everyone's the same, except for Austin Matthews and McDavid. So my guess is you might say Kucherov because you gave him the earlier MVP. But what say you? What says the crowd? Okay, we got another Cooch. Oh, we have an Austin Matthews. We have Austin Matthews. We have Kucherov. Oh, we got another Matthews. Uh-oh. Okay, anybody else out there? Anybody watching? Anybody here? Footballer Nick, are you still around? Nathaniel or Jamie or one of the Sampson boys, are you still around? I don't even know who's still on the line. And it's another one of those nights where I can't see, but you can't decide. Well, you got to pick one there, Christina. Which one, Kucherov or Matthews? I don't know how many people are watching, so it's kind of problematic. If you're watching, we're voting on the Players Association MVP. It's Kucherov, McKinnon, or Austin Matthews with Toronto. Basically the same as the other MVP voting, except Connor McDavid and Austin Matthews are switched out. So you go with Matthews. We're going to say Matthews on this one, and we're going to move on because I don't want to take up too much time. Well, you don't know that much about hockey, but you know some names. That's all you need to do to vote tonight. All right. Now we have the best goaltender. You see the Panthers goaltender here. The best goaltender of the year, Bob Rosky of the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers. Thatcher Demko of the Canucks are Connor Hellebuyck. I think is how you pronounce that. Hellebuyck of the Winnipeg Jets. So spare me, so I don't have to say the last name. Any votes on that one? We have the Stanley Cup champion Bob Rosky. We have Demko and Hellebuyck. We're voting on the goalies right now. Let me know who you think out of the three of them you'd like to win. I know who I would vote for. I don't want to sway anybody, but we have, we're voting on the goalies, Bobrovsky, Demko, and Hellebuyck. Well, I know I'm butchering that. Bobrovsky, all right. Any other Bobrovsky? Any other Demko? Any other votes on this one? Let's hear from the chat. If you're around, please vote. You know what, Nuke? It did surprise me that the Panthers won. I thought that the Oilers were going to win. The one thing I will have to say, and I kind of agreed with the announcers, as late in the third, because they had the same players on for so long for the Oilers, it did look like they were a little gassed. It looked like they were a little tired there, right? Zoe has Bobrovsky. Nuke, any idea? You're going to vote for the Stanley Cup champion? Bobrovsky, all right. You have that one. But it did surprise me that the Panthers won. They came out hitting more than they did in the more recent games. That's usually a good sign. They were playing at home. That was a good sign. The Oilers didn't really get much going until the third, and then their players were just spent. It was really good goaltending by Bobrovsky. I will say that. I mean, I love goalies, so I'm always partial to them, and I thought that he did a great job. And I'm putting him down as our choice for the goaltender of the NHL season. All right, next. No, we're not going to go through all these. We're not going to do we'll do the goaltender. Oh, and I guess the goaltender is voted on by the general manager, which is kind of weird. Okay. Like I said, they have usually it's like writers that vote on all these things. Yeah. And then I was going to say coach of the year, but I can't even find that. And I think we're 27 minutes in anyway. We have some trivia. So I'd rather do that and get that going than all this other kind of stuff. So let me get the trivia going. Oh, did it? Ah, shoot. Okay. I'm going to get the trivia going right now for you guys. Okay. This is going to be multiple choice like we've had recently. What hockey team has won the most Stanley Cups? Is it the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Montreal Canadiens, or the Toronto Maple Leafs? Did I want the Oilers to win? I did want the Oilers to win because I don't think Florida supports their hockey team very well. Well, when I've been in Florida for vacations and things and visiting, there just hasn't been a lot of, like, it's almost like they're a second-class sports team. Right. Zoe says Maple Leafs. Christina says Maple Leafs. If you just joined the chat, We're doing trivia now. We just gave away our NHL awards, and we'll go over those in a second. But we're doing trivia now, and the question is, what hockey team has won the most Stanley Cups? Is it the Pittsburgh Penguins, the Montreal Canadiens, or the Toronto Maple Leafs? And if you think you know the answer, put it in the chat. That's all it is. It's a multiple choice. Nuke says the Toronto Maple Leafs. So we have 3 people who went with the Toronto Maple Leafs. And I have to tell you that it's a good guess if you were looking for the number 2 team that won the Stanley Cups, because the number 1 team, come on, it's the Montreal Canadiens with 23 Stanley Cups. Toronto Maple Leafs have 13. Pittsburgh Penguins are down with 5. But you have to remember, back when Montreal and Toronto were playing in like the 40s and 50s, even up until like the early 60s, there was only literally 6 teams in the league. So, you know, there was a good chance that you were gonna, you know, it was like, what was it? Like New York Rangers. Was it the Blackhawks? Detroit, maybe? Detroit. You have a Maple Leafs jersey. Oh, yeah, I love the Maple Leafs. But it was, you know, the original 6. So it was Montreal, Toronto, New York Rangers, Detroit. Was it the Blackhawks? I'm missing somebody. Is there a Canadian team or another? Detroit, Chicago? What's another? New York? Wasn't Buffalo? I can't remember the 6th team, but it was the original 6. So, all right, next trivia question. Who scored 10 hat tricks in one season? Now, this player did it twice, and it's a very famous hockey player. And I can give you another hint if you'd like. He has since retired. He no longer plays hockey in the NHL. He scored 10 hat tricks in a season twice. All right. I got to give you the choices. Is it Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux, or Sidney Crosby? Well, I guess you know it's not Sidney Crosby because he's still playing. It goes between Wayne Gretzky and Mario Lemieux. Who scored 10 hat tricks in a season? Nuke says Wayne Gretzky. If you just joined us, the trivia question, Zoe says Wayne Gretzky. The trivia question is, who scored 10 hat tricks in a season? Is it Wayne Gretzky or Mario Lemieux? We have 2 Gretzkys. Hey, Footballer Nick's back. No problem, Footballer Nick. The question is, who scored 10 hat tricks? You were busy. Hey, that happens. I understand. Who scored 10 hat tricks in one season? Wayne Gretzky or Mario Lemieux? And while we're waiting for answers and players, Wayne. All right, so most everybody who's guessed is saying Wayne Gretzky, and it is in fact Wayne Gretzky. He did it in the seasons that were 81-82 because hockey goes over 2 calendar years, in 83-84. He did it twice in his career, which is really saying something. All right, next hockey trivia question. What is the penalty in minutes for fighting in the NHL? Is it 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 3 minutes? What is the penalty for fighting in the NHL? 5 minutes, 10 minutes, or 3 minutes? This one's just, if you don't know, you just got to guess. I mean, I guess you could Google. Footballer Nick says 3. Do we have anybody else with a guess? Zoe says 3. We have 2 3s. What is the penalty for fighting in the NHL? Christina says 5. We have a 5. Ben says 3. Nuke says 3. Wait. Footballer Nick, have you? Oh, everybody's got. Okay. Well, funny thing, everybody. Only one person said 5, and that person might be the only one who won or the only one that lost. James is a banger. What are we talking about, James? It is 5 minutes. It is 5 minutes. Zoe then switched her answer to 5 minutes. Good job. For some reason my eyes water. All right, next question. And I'll try to get through these relatively quick. Who was the first defenseman to win the NHL point scoring title, or the Art Ross Trophy? Who was the first and only, he's the only defenseman in the NHL ever to win the NHL point scoring title? Was it Scott Stevens, Al McInnes, or Bobby Orr? I'll ask the question again. Damn, I knew it. Okay, who was the first defenseman and only defenseman ever to win the NHL point scoring title? Was it Scott Stevens, Al McInnes, or Bobby Orr? Footballer Nick is guessing Bobby Orr. Christina's saying Bobby Orr. Do we have anybody else out there? And don't forget, while we're at it, to hit that like button. And if you just joined us and you like what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button, because it might be the end of June, but we'll have another competition during July. And you could win, if you're one of the top 3 participants in our live streams, you can win free packs of sports cards. Nuke says Bobby Orr. We have 3 Bobbies. Zoe, do you have an answer? Ben, are you still out there? Are one of the Samson boys still out there? Seems like the show takes on a whole different vibe sometimes when Nathaniel's not around, because he's not guessing and asking me questions and keeping me busy. We have Bobby Orr. You all are 100% correct. Yeah, Nathaniel is always asking me questions and keeping me on my toes. So, all right. Next question. Which team won 4 Stanley Cups in a row? What team won 4 Stanley Cups in a row? Was it the New York Islanders, the Edmonton Oilers, or the Montreal Canadiens? What team has won 4 Stanley Cups in a row? So they're the only team to have done that. Is it the New York Islanders, Edmonton Oilers, Montreal Canadiens? And if you haven't already, please hit that like button. Definitely hit that subscribe button. All right, footballer Nick saying the Canadiens. What team has won 4 Stanley Cups in a row? The Islanders, Oilers, or Canadiens? We have another Canadiens. We have Oilers. Zoe, Ben, anybody else? What say you? Nuke, Canadiens, Oilers, Zoe. I'll give you about 4 more seconds. I don't know how slow the chat is tonight. So, all right, 1, 2, 3. Oh, Ben says the Islanders. We have an Islanders. Zoe says Canadiens. It is, in fact, Ben is 100% correct. It was the New York Islanders from 1980 to 1983. They won the Stanley Cup. It was incredible. I was 8 to 11 years old in that period of time. They were just unstoppable. Like, everybody on that team, I think, or at least like their first line, I think all of them are like Hall of Famers. There was one crazy, it's Islanders too, right? Yep. All right, next question, a little bit more recent. In 2010, Sidney Crosby scored an overtime goal for Canada against what country? So in 2010, was it the Olympics or was it just like the World Cup of Hockey? I don't know. Sidney Crosby scored an overtime goal for Canada to beat this team/country. Was it the USA, Russia, or Sweden? Was it the USA, Russia, or Sweden? Okay, so I'll do this for everybody. I'll take out Sweden. Was it the USA or Russia? Did Sidney Crosby score an overtime goal for Canada to beat what team? Footballer Nick is saying Russia. Do we have any USAs? In 2010, Sidney Crosby scored an overtime goal for Canada against which team or country? We have another Russia, and we have a USA from Christina. Zoe, do you have anything? We have Russia, USA. We have Russia, USA. Zoe says USA. The ladies won. It is, in fact, USA. I got to tell you one thing. Tonight's show is very weird because the number of people that are coming and going, like right now it says there's only 2 people watching the stream, but I'm getting answers from 4 or 5 people, so it's really weird what it's doing tonight. Now it says there's only 1 person watching, so I don't know if it's kicking people out or if you guys are leaving and coming back. I'm not sure. USA. Okay. What is Alex Ovechkin's position? The grade 8. What is Alex Ovechkin's position? And I'll just give you two choices on this one. Is he the center or left wing? So does he play center or left wing? Which means like left wing would be, okay, so there's left wing and right wing, and between them is a center, then there's 2 defensemen. He's not a defenseman, he's not a goalie. And he's not a right wing. Is he left wing or center? Nuke says center. Ooh, Footballer Nick says left wing. Anybody else? We have a left wing, we have a center. Zoe Ben, Christina, left wing or center. Now it says there's 1 person in here. Ben says center. This is so weird. I don't know what's going on. Now it says 3 people. Okay, the question is, what is Alex Ovechkin's position? And the choices are center or left wing. All right, so I think everybody's guessed. Well, Footballer Nick and Christina are 100% correct. He's a left winger. All right, next question. This is kind of a geography question / like, do you know hockey question. What city is the Hockey Hall of Fame in? What city is the Hockey Hall of Fame in? Is it in Toronto or Montreal? Toronto or Montreal? I can't make it too easy if I just have 2 choices. You still have a 50% chance of getting it. So, what city is the Hockey Hall of Fame in? Toronto or Montreal? And please don't forget to hit that like button for tonight's show. And if you're new and you like what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button. I'm really not sure how many people are watching. The numbers are going haywire tonight. The question is, what city is the Hockey Hall of Fame in? And the choices are Toronto or Montreal. We have a Toronto, we have a Montreal. Ben, do you have a guess? Footballer Nick, do you have a guess? Again, I'm not even sure. Tonight's just a weird night. The numbers are showing really low, and it says there's 3 people on, then they'll go down to 1 person. So I don't even know. Okay, one last time I'll ask the question, give the choices. What city is the Hockey Hall of Fame in? Montreal or Toronto? It's one of those. All right, I'll give you about 3 seconds, and then I'll give you the answer. We spent a lot of time on this question. Now remember, the Montreal Canadiens have won the most Stanley Cups, but the Hockey Hall of Fame is in Toronto. It is in Toronto. That's the answer, Toronto. All right, last 2 trivia questions, and then I have some hockey fails we'll run through, just hopefully to make you laugh or something like that. They're kind of fun. They're pretty cool. I obviously watched them before tonight's show. Okay, what team plays at the Amerant Bank Arena? What team plays at the Amerant Bank Arena? That's Amerant Bank. Is it the Florida Panthers or the Edmonton Oilers? So who plays at the Amerant Bank Arena? Zoe looks sad. You got that wrong, Zoe. Oh, Zoe, it's okay. What team plays at the Amerant Bank Arena? Is it the Florida Panthers or the Edmonton Oilers? We have a Panthers. We have a Panthers as an answer. If you just joined us, the question is, what team plays at the Amerant Bank Arena? These are NHL questions. We're talking all NHL for tonight's show. We got a Panthers. Ben says Panthers. Christina says Panthers. Zoe says Panthers. Footballer Nick says Panthers. Nuke says Panthers. And guess what, everybody? You're 100% correct. Good job. All right, last trivia question. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Last trivia question, and then we'll go to some hockey fails And then I will see you all definitely Thursday night, but there'll probably be a surprise show before the end of the month. Okay, what team used to be the Hartford Whalers? So what team was the Hartford Whalers, and then they moved and became another team? I'm going to give you 3 choices on this one. Were they the Colorado Avalanche, the Carolina Panthers, or the Tampa Bay Lightning? Okay, so let me ask the question again. If you think you know the answer, and I'm giving you 3 choices, put it down in the chat. What team used to be the Hartford Whalers? Was it the Colorado Avalanche, the Carolina Panthers, or the Tampa Bay Lightning? What do you think it is? What do you think it's going to be? Who's guessing? We have Avalanche. We have an Avalanche. We have another Avalanche. It's an avalanche of answers. Okay, Zoe, Nuke, Footballer Nick. Zoe says Avalanche. Nuke, Footballer Nick. What say you guys if you're still around? These numbers are going crazy. The Avalanche. Nuke, what do you say? Avalanche. You all are wrong. It's the Carolina. Did I say Carolina Panthers? It's the Carolina Hurricane. Oh my God, I said the Panthers. It's a Carolina team. I'm sorry. It's the Carolina Hurricane. And what's interesting about it is sometimes they play in those jerseys, for like a throwback day, but it is the Carolina Hurricanes or Hurricanes? Carolina Hurricanes. It's the Carolina Hurricanes. Were the Hartford Whalers. All right. They just moved south a bunch. All right. So let's go into real quickly the hockey fails, and then definitely we have a show 9:00 Eastern on Thursday, but we'll have a surprise show before the end of the month. Let me just I see what happened. Okay, okay, so this first one is, you know how like they always say players should go through a wall for their team? I think this player took it literally. Watch. Whoa! He scores a goal and goes through the glass. They'll show it again. Watch. He celebrates and jumps in the glass. That was just buffoonery. Okay, this next one is when the side, or the boards rather, become your best defense. Kind of a point of view. Boom. The guy runs right into the wall. Here we go. Another guy going too fast. Just too fast. Has no brakes. This is me learning to skate. Boom. Crazy. Okay. Now, number 4. This is the best deke, but it's by the boards. Well, the player gets the boards as his help. Now watch, it's close frame here. He's coming, moves, boom. The player runs right into the boards. All right. Here's another celebration that goes wrong. Players just, I don't know why they like the glass so much. Here we go. Watch him. Right through. Ouch. And you know the thing about it is, not only is it like he lands, 4 feet down, but it's a delay of game. It's not. I don't think it's a delay of game penalty. I mean, maybe they give that to him, but it's a delay of game because they have to put another plexiglass piece in. So kind of crazy. It's when the little guy wants the puck too much. He just slashes his dad. That's why you can't play with people too small, because they're going to do whatever they can to win. This next clip is what happens when football breaks out from a hockey game. Watch this. Boom! He just head over heels. Or heels over head, just bang! Just flips the player. And then the player, watch, okay, I'm going to just rewind here because you got to watch. Then the player who flipped him, so the player in the orange and white comes off the ice and bang, can't get into the box. Here we go again. He just puts his stick in the wrong. He's having one heck of a night, huh? All right. Next. This is a ghost defenseman on a penalty shot. This next one. Watch this. Penalty shot right here. Coming down. The penalty guy dekes him, leaves the puck, and he runs into the wall. Okay, we have another similar kind of thing. He scores, and he celebrates, and he holds on to it too long. He holds on to that feeling, I guess, a little. Gets caught up in the moment a little bit too much. All right. Now this one, you're going to recognize this person. He's a very, very world-famous person. Yes, that's Putin from Russia. Watch this. He gets a little too close to the red carpet here. You know, he's a big tough guy going around on skates. You know, he's king of the world, kind of skating around, waving, doing all that good stuff. Boom. He didn't notice the red carpet. You can't skate on carpet. It'll stop you literally in your tracks, as you just saw right there. So this next game looks like it's going to be a long game, at least for one player who might not be able to skate too well. Watch this. This is when they're announcing the players before the game. He's coming out, rightfully so, comes on out. Bang! And then he domino affects his team except for the goalie. Just a really bad pregame right there. All right. This is when you celebrate with the wrong player and what happens to you. Watch this. I know it's a grainy video, but this one actually I think is one of the best ones in this package. Watch this. Guy scores a goal, and then watch what he does, and then what happens to him. It's crazy. It's just like hockey. He scores a goal. He hugs the other team, and the other team punches him right in the mouth. And you see him checking for blood here in a second, okay? Watch this. He goes, he hugs him. He gets popped right in the mouth. And then he's checking his mouth later for the blood. I mean, hockey players are a whole different breed, aren't they? All right. Hold on, I just gotta make sure I'm in the right place with my notes here. Okay. Here's a guy that probably is glad they don't post his name with this video. I mean, this is really embarrassing. This is something that probably stays with you throughout your life if your name's attached to it. It's another penalty shot. These aren't big players now. You know, these are, 10, 12-year-olds maybe. So, you know, stuff happens, but this is, he was probably really embarrassed. He's coming down, and he just whiffs on it and falls. You know, at least if he had gotten a shot off and fell, it wouldn't have been so bad. But he did two things there. He whiffed on the puck and he fell. Now, this guy gives a whole new meaning to overboard. He's a little head over heels on this battle on the boards. Boom, he just flips right into the, I believe it's probably a bench, or it could be the penalty area. Okay, now this is one thing. This is kind of a recurring theme with a lot of my shows. This is a goalie who probably bet on the hockey game. Just watch. Goalie gets the puck, turns the pass, and he shoots it in his net. He had to bet like what, the over on that, or maybe the game was too close, or the point spread wasn't right. I mean, he just missed that one completely. All right, that is everything. I hope everybody was able to see that. All right, so that is it for tonight. Thank you all very much for watching. Really appreciate it. Hope you enjoyed the hockey fails, or bloopers as I call them. We will be on at 9 o'clock Eastern on Thursday. We will have a surprise show before the end of the month. And both of the next two shows, surprise show and the Thursday night show, will be worth 3 points each. So, Nuke, you'll want to, those make you laugh. Great. You'll want to pay attention to the community on our channel page to see when those are. Same thing with you, Footballer Nick. So let me know. I will definitely see you guys on Thursday. I'll see you another day for our surprise show. Thank you all for watching. I really appreciate it. Is there anything else? Oh, and I'll let you know about the fantasy football. We talked about fantasy football in the last show. I need to do a little bit of research and figure out when we can start that and the link and all that good stuff. So thanks a lot, everybody. See you on Thursday at 9 o'clock Eastern. Bye.